So I want you guys to do 9.3 and 9.4, but I'll go over what problems I want you to do after I model some things for you, okay? And the first thing I just want to show you is the idea of dividing one whole or two or three or four. And so if I was to write, let's see here, 1 divided by 1/4, I could write it like this. I could draw this circle here that would represent 1 divided by 1/4. And so when you divide something by something else, you're kind of wondering how many times it fits into it. Like if I said 10 divided by 5, it's almost 2 because 5 goes into 10 twice. Okay? Who's making the noises? Erase points. So if I was to divide a whole by 1/4, one way to look at it is how many quarters fit in that whole.
4.
This would be a quarter, this would be a quarter, this would be a quarter, this would be a quarter. And so you know the answer would be 4. 4 of those 1/4s fit in that hole.
Oh, that's easy.
These points. Another way to look at it, if I had two holes, again divided by, it's the same thing. I'm going to have 1/4s fit in those. And I mean, they're not perfect quarters, but you guys get what I'm saying. And so it's going to be 8 1/4s that fit in those 2 holes. Now, what if I wrote something like this? By 1/3. Think about it for a moment. 1 divided by 1/3. Well, you're wondering how many 1/3s fit in a whole. Okay, here's answer's 3. And really any whole number, I could put up, 1, 2, I could put up number 3, and I could ask the question, if those were being divided by 6, or I'm sorry, 1, well, we have to figure out how many 6ths fit in those holes. There's the third here. So each divided into third, and I could divide those thirds in half. Perfect, but you get the idea. So here's the 6th. Right, so you can read it here. And here's a 6th. 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 So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 12, 18. So the answer would be 3 by equal 18. Okay? Now, let's go back to the first one that I was showing you. And it was just simply 1 divided by 1/4. Now, if I was to write it like I did here, this is how you would do it. It would be 1 divided by 1/4, okay? And then there was 3 words I told you to remember. And let me show you how that applies now, okay? I keep one as 1. The addition, multiplication, and the 1/4. And watch what I do here. So 1, okay, and then I flip it. It's not 1/4, it's 4 over 1. Now, the past couple weeks, this is the exact problem you guys have been doing. A whole number multiplied by a fraction.
Yeah.
You know how to do that. And you know to change the whole into a fraction, you just put 1 underneath it, times 4 1. And you know now, you just straight across. 1 times 4, 1 times 1 is 1. So anything with 1 underneath it itself, and you see that the answer is 4. which is the same answer we got when I modeled it for you here. Okay? Let me do another one. Who's talking over there? Raise points. Okay? So I just erased the model where it was 3 divided by 1/6. So keep it the same, so that's going to be 1, which is 3. Change it to multiplication, and flip it to 6 over 1. Now, multiply 3 times 1, 3 times 16, which is 18. And if you recall from like 5 minutes ago, that was the answer, it was 18. Each one of those circles had 1/6 within it. Let me show you one more. How about if I was divide 2 by, I don't know, let's see here. Keep it the same. 2 to multiplication, flip it to 1, which is the same as 1 times 3 over 1, which is simply 1 equals 6. So I've shown you how to model these, and I've shown you how to just do it mathematically, just the steps, the keep, change, flip. Okay, I'm going to end this video.